scoreboard, that's all I need to say. 49ers 23, Seahawks 10. It's always start the good the season 2-0. Not only 2-0 overall, but 2-0 in the division. You know, we got an interesting stretch coming up. Got to go to Minnesota, and well, we're going to take it one day at a time. I'll worry about Minnesota later. But yeah, great win for the 49ers. Frank Gore, need I say more, ran for over 200 yards. Had 2 touchdown runs for at least 75 yards. One was 79, one was 80. And he's the first running back since Barry Sanders did it in 97 to have 2 75-yard rushing touchdowns. So Frank Gore, awesome game, great job. Looked like he's really in season form now. Was a great way to bounce back after the performance he had against the Cardinals, where he had 22 carries for 30 yards, and way to bounce back against the Seahawks. Sean Hill, nothing spectacular, but again, managed the game very well, didn't make many mistakes. Threw for 144 yards, and again, made the key plays when he needed to. Offensive line, for the most part, I think did a pretty decent job. Gave Frank Gore the run room he needed to just run all over the Seahawks. They did give up 3 sacks, so you know that's something I think we still need to work on is our pass protection. But for the most part, I think they did a pretty decent job. Defensively, another great game that followed after our game against Arizona. Shut down the Seahawks offense for the most part. Hasselbeck got hurt by Patrick Willis. I think he had his rib. I think Patrick Willis hurt his ribs or something. You know, never like to see anybody get hurt, but Hasselbeck got hurt. Seneca Wallace came in, and he wasn't really able to do too much. He did have a TD pass, but that was like the play after Hasselbeck got knocked out of the game, and it was at the 1-yard line. So there you have it right there. But defensively, believe they had a couple sacks. You know, pressure on the quarterback again. The pressure is looking great. Nate Clements had a really good game. I heard his name I don't know how many times in this game, but Nate Clements was all over the field. Basically, the whole 49er defense was all over the field. Pretty much on lockdown, and you know, kudos to the 49ers defense, and actually kudos to the Niners, hands down as a team. They did a really good job. They played as a team, and they really took it to the Seahawks. And maybe I would have liked to see more aggressiveness in some of the play calling. I'd like to see the Niners maybe step down the throats of the Seahawks a little bit more, but it's really not much for me to complain about when we pretty much had the game in hand from the beginning. And another thing I didn't like basically was there was a couple key penalties on us that negated a couple big plays. Of course, the 75-yard punt return for a touchdown by Allen Ross was called out, illegal blocking him back. And there was a big play to Delaney Walker that was called back on a holding call. So, you know, penalties are going to happen here and there, but it would just be nice if they didn't happen on, you know, big plays like those. Because, you know, when the punt return got called back, we could have been up, I think, 17-0, 17-3, and we really could have took it to them right there. But it just seemed like during the game that the Niners, you know, kept letting the Seahawks ease back into the game. And we kept our distance, which was good, but I just think the one thing that we also need to work on is maybe getting better as, you know, as time goes on and we have leads like this, to just keep sticking it to them, keep hitting them in the mouth, and just keep our foot on our throats. And as long as we do that, I think we'll be okay. But overall, great win for the 49ers. We're 2-0. Got the Minnesota Vikings next. Should be an interesting game. It's in Minnesota. Can't wait to do it up with some of the Viking fans. Good win for you guys as well. So I'll see y'all later this week. We'll do a lot of talking. Other than that, that's all I got to say. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Sit back, enjoy this Niners win. Maybe listen to KBR talk about this great man to win for us. And I'll deal with y'all next time. Late.